chosen ones, empaths, narcissists are very manipulative, right? We know that. We all know that. They're very manipulative. But there's one tactic that they use, right, to win arguments. And you don't realize this happening when you're in the relationship. You don't realize this happening at all. But they're using the victim dynamic. They use this victim dynamic so often that you end up apologizing for things that you haven't even done. I'm telling you, you have to think back in retrospect now. If it's been a long time since you've been with them, or if it's still fresh, please don't be apologizing for things, because I'm telling you, they're just leading you on a wild goose chase. They know there's nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong. There's nothing for you to apologize for. And it's a mixture of reactive abuse, which I've done a video about if you want to check that out. But they gauge your reaction and they'll claim victimhood over your reaction. And it's a mixture of that with the victim dynamic. But a lot of the reasons they do this is based down to their childhood. I don't normally talk about the childhood being a significant influence in the narcissists, but I believe that this is a reason why they do this. It's because they were probably they didn't get a lot of attention as a child. They were shunned, they were pushed aside. So the only way for them to get any attention was for them to use this victimhood. So claiming, oh, I'm a victim, I'm a victim, I'm a victim, and then the parent would give them some attention. That's as basic as it is, you know. That's what I hold it down to. But this carries on into their adult life and into relationships. And they use this victim dynamic so often that it literally has you appeasing them. Like, you apologize for things that was not even your fault. And they sit there, gloat, soak it all up, all the supply up, like knowing they're not a victim, knowing there's nothing wrong. And it is so sick. It is so sick. And they will satisfy themselves off by thinking, right, I can use that again to win an argument. Please press a like and a subscribe button. Help your brother out. It will take 2 seconds of your time. Thank you. But I dealt with this a lot. I dealt with this an awful lot. So please feel free to put in the comment section if you dealt with this. Some of you might not even realize. Some of you actually believe that you're the problem. There's still things in the relationship where you believe, oh, I done this wrong, I done that wrong. Especially if it's fresh, right? When it's fresh, you've got a myriad of reasons of things you think you done wrong. But I'm telling you, as time goes on and you start to suss them out and work it out, you realize you wasn't wrong. You realize there was no issue. You realize that they was just playing a victim. And, you know, this even goes as far as when you first met them and they talked about their abusive ex, you know, and they claimed being a victim then. You know, when you first meet and they're telling you about their toxic past, that person probably wasn't toxic. Maybe they were, but we don't factually know, right? And we'll never know. But maybe the person did have some traits that was toxic, or maybe the person did cheat on them or something. But they're still using the victim dynamic to soak up supply with their new source, which was us, right? And, you know, the person that I was with was one of the most biggest victim syndrome people that I've ever encountered in my life, right? I remember, I've mentioned it before, but for those that don't know, I remember one time I was sitting down eating some lunch with them. And this is the thing. I've spoke to other people, right, that were also sitting down eating lunch or dinner or something, and they've dropped this bombshell, right? And it's not a coincidence. I spoke to at least 2-3 other people that have said exactly the same thing, right? I hope they don't mind me sharing that. But I've spoke to 2 or 3 other people that have said exactly the same thing. Now, when I was having the lunch You know, I'm eating, we're talking about whatever, and they said, oh, this bad thing happened to me. And then I was like, oh, what do you mean? And basically, the bad thing was they got sexually molested, right? Sorry to shock anyone, if anyone that didn't want to hear that, but that's what they said happened to them. And I felt so bad for them. I felt like, oh my God, like, but no one drops that over lunch. This is what I've realized now. No one just drops that over lunch. Like, you've just met someone new. No one drops that you've been assaulted just over lunch, right? There's a time and a place for it, and it would probably, you wouldn't even feel comfortable telling someone this. And the whole reason they were doing it is to make me feel sorry for them. And the thing is, the same other people, the same way, the same dynamics the other people told me, it was just in a rash situation, like over lunch or something, right? And this is them seeking, this is their victim syndrome. This is something to do with them as a child, right? And they use this to get attention. It's messed up. It's seriously messed up. Like, can't you just live your life normally? Like, and you know, why do you have to seek attention and stuff from people? What does it gain you? It doesn't gain you anything in the long run. You know, you're misleading someone to give you sympathy and to feel bad for you and to try and help you. And there's nothing that needs to be fixed. There's no problem that needs to be fixed. And that's what my ex-narcissist done. And I've heard stories the same way, same situation that has happened as well. And ultimately, you know, like, they're basically lying through their teeth. They're basically lying about these situations happening because they want attention. Like, and I know the reason why I know this is the case, right, is because of how they smeared my name. How they smeared my name and got my name involved with police. It's probably what happened to the person in the first instance. Maybe the person, they just had a fling with them, told them you're nothing more than just a fling. They caught feelings and then they went resentful, and then they put fake rape allegations on the person. Something like that. That's what I expect happened. Because the way that they smeared my name and tried to get me to go to prison and tried to get me to get arrested. And I was someone, I was like, more like a savior empath. Someone that swooped in like Captain Saverhole and tried to save them. I really had that savior thing in me. Like, I wanted to help them. I wanted to save them. You know, that's basically what I was like. And it's not really a good thing to have that in you. And it's something I've had to work on myself in not trying to fix things. Why am I trying to fix something that's not broken? You know what I'm saying? Why, if they're not really broken, why am I trying to fix it for? And I found myself like really fixing them, putting them back together, raising them up, helping them. Like, just, it makes me sick that they made me do all of that stuff. Like, but literally, I genuinely cared for them and I genuinely wanted what was best for them. And that's why I'd done all of those things. And I don't regret doing it because I just learned to have discernment now, and I need to not be so easy to give my love away so freely. But basically, the narcissist uses victim dynamic as a tactic to win arguments as well. Sorry, I haven't even touched on that as much. But like, in argument situations, they'll bring up things to make them sort of feel like a victim, to make them appear like a victim. And then you'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that. Or I shouldn't have done this. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that. And you'll find yourself reiterating sorry so many times. And they know they're the one that's in the wrong. They know they're the one that's to blame. They know they're the ones with the problem. So just be wary of it, right? Just watch out for it, because they use this tactic so frequently. It's unbelievable. And I don't know what they get off in being a victim. I really don't know, because real victims, they go through harsh circumstances. It's not a pretty picture. I don't know why they want to pretend to be a victim. Like, it's weird. It's proper weird. They're proper weirdos. And I don't know why these dusty weirdos want to just pretend to be victims. It's like they just want to gain some mind control over you, you know, make you feel sorry for them and stuff like that. Like it's really sick and twisted, really sick and twisted. But they love these dynamics, so watch out for these dynamics. If you find yourself apologizing to someone so much, just check the picture. And trust me, you're probably dealing with a narcissist that just reels you in with this victim syndrome, victim dynamics shenanigans. So anyway, thank you for watching today. Please press the like and the subscribe button. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can find a link in the description box. And if you'd like a one-to-one session with myself, you can also find a link in the description box. Currently, I have the secondary channel, the spiritual channel. If you want to check that out, the link for that channel is also in the description box. So anyway, I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.